Hey there, it's Stephanie, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do a hip flexor stretch. Okay, now, the hip flexor is a muscle that we use when it comes to any type of flexion of the body. So basically, when you are lifting your leg up, imagine when you're standing if you're in a standing position and you kind of raise this knee up to your chest, the muscles that are able to help you lift that muscle up are going to be your hip flexor muscles. There's quite a few of them that are engaging whenever you're doing that type of movement, but one of the ones that get tight pretty frequently and a lot of our clients have that are extremely tight is going to be, it's a muscle right here, TFL for short, because it's a long name, it's like tensor fascia latae. And so because of that muscle being tight, it really does affect the firing of your glutes or your booty muscle whenever you're doing squats or lunges. I've been seeing this a lot on our clients, and I want to be able to address it because we do stretches for you at the end of the session that kind of help with that. But honestly, what would make your hip flexors, what would stretch them more frequently or stretch them a lot quicker is if you were doing it more frequently. And so this is just going to be a DIY that you can do, every single day. It takes anywhere from like 2 to 5 minutes. And honestly, the more frequently you stretch, the better it's going to be for your muscles, because the more stretched out your muscles are, the more they can handle the stress that you're putting here in the gym. So for a hip flexor stretch, what you're going to do is you can start out with your right knee on the floor, and you're going to lift up your left leg. And what we're doing is we're isolating, we're hitting one leg at a time. So on your right leg, what you're going to do is you're going to flex your glute. Okay, and you want to make sure that it's flexed. You should feel it like shaking. So for some people, you may feel it firing right away. For other people, you kind of have to squeeze hard to the point where it's shaking just to make sure that the muscle is firing properly. And for some of you that have really tight hip flexors, because they're tight, your glutes don't fire, it's going to take a little bit more effort. But you just kind of want to ensure that this glute is active. It's in its contracting mode. And once you've done that, you should feel the front of the leg just kind of start to activate, like just feel like there's a pulling on that front leg just a little bit. And that is the purpose of activating the glute, is so that you actually start stretching this muscle. And so once you know that this glute is flexed, you can start leaning forward, keeping your chest up, keeping your stomach in, drawn in towards the spine. And when you move forward, you should start to feel kind of like a pull in this part of the leg right here, and that's part of your hip flexor muscle. So you want to hold this for about 30 to 45 seconds, okay? When you're leaning forward, make sure that the knee is in front of the toe. So I don't want to see any lifting like this moving forward. Just kind of keep it in place to where when you're moving forward, your knee can go slightly in front of your ankle, but the main focus is going to be on this muscle here. And if you want to add to it a little bit more, there's a muscle here called the psoas muscle that's also part of your hip flexor. What you can do to kind of stretch that out is if you want to raise your right arm and kind of lean over, that's going to open up all this side of the body, which also can tend to get tight based on you kind of sitting at a desk and leaning forward and hunched over. This will just kind of open it up. And once you hold it for about 30 to 45 seconds, then you can go ahead and you can alternate to the other leg doing the same thing. Flexing the glute, moving forward, getting that front leg. You're gonna basically feel it on the front thigh, mainly towards the side of the thigh, stretching out, and then you can lift up that same arm on the left side, bring it over so that you're opening up your psoas muscle and your sides, your obliques, okay? Try to do this as much as you can, and especially for you that sit at a desk for long periods of time, this is a muscle that tends to get tight. And the tighter it is, the more it affects these back muscles firing properly. So I'm gonna keep on sending you these videos. I think this is gonna be a good way to connect with everyone so that you know I'm listening to what's going on whenever in my sessions, and I wanna be able to help you out as much as possible, okay?